Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be talking about what my pick is for the best perks in the game, and hopefully by the end of the video you'll maybe learn about some perk cards that you didn't, and maybe hopefully know about the perk cards that you need for your builds. Okay, so it goes without saying that every weapon class, like even melee, rifles, heavy guns, they all have their own set of perk cards to buff the damage. A regular card, a master, and an expert, and they also have perk cards that will help you reload faster or even negate some of the enemy's armor, and there's also a perk card that will help you cripple the enemy. These perk cards exist for all weapon classes. If you need help with this, just let me know in the comments. I will get back to you, or I'm sure somebody else will, but I would just think most of this is straightforward with perk cards. So let's get into other perk cards that I want to talk about here. The first one is Action Boy. Now this is a great perk card for beginners, especially you're going to be running around a lot because you're not going to have a lot of things on the map discovered at this point. So it'll just definitely help replenish your AP a lot faster, and you just be able to run a lot more. But honestly, once you learn how to make Company T, or if you can even get a Company T machine, it was on the last scoreboard if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's another way to get it. Let us know in the comments if there is, but you can make it, and it'll pretty much make it so you don't even need Action Boy anymore. Adrenaline, another amazing perk card just for killing regular mobs. I usually have level 3 to 5 on for this, and if you're going to just be killing lots of enemies like I do, this is a great perk card because it'll just do more and more damage, and it just keeps stacking every time you get a kill, and before you know it, you're just going to be like one-shotting enemies. You can see here, it's plus 60 damage, and like I said, it just keeps stacking up to a minute. Bandolier, another great perk card. Almost a must in my opinion, especially if you're going to be using a railway rifle. You can see the railway spikes here weighed 200 pounds without bandolier on. Once we put bandolier on, it only weighs 20 pounds. So that's the difference that bandolier makes. Highly recommended perk. Ammo Smith should go without saying. It'll just help you craft twice as much ammunition, or 80% more ammunition, I should say. You can see here with the 50 rounds, you can make 100. And then we're going to go and put Ammo Smith on, and I think that goes to like 180 if I'm not mistaken, something like that. We're going to see here. So yeah, let's get Ammo Smith on and go back here, and yes, 180 now, so almost double the amount of ammo. If you're going to be crafting ammo, you definitely want Ammo Smith on. Batteries included. Now this one is like Bandolier but for energy weapons and fusion cores, if you didn't know. If you're running around in a power armor, this perk card is definitely for you. You can see those fusion cores weighed like 3 pounds each. Now if you put batteries included on, I think they weigh 0.3 each. Now you can run around with like 50 fusion cores and be fine. You're not even really going to notice. And some other energy ammo can be quite heavy, so highly recommend a perk card if you're in a power armor or using energy weapons. Better Criticals, a great perk card. I love, making a critical build. You can see when the health jumps here, those are criticals going off, and just being able to do more damage with criticals is just doing more damage. It's just a must in my opinion. Ricochet, absolute amazing perk card. Now there's a little secret with Ricochet. If you have a vampire's weapon, not only will it protect you, when Ricochet procs, it will actually start to heal you. So you can take so much damage, especially as a bloodied build. You would be surprised how you can just sit there and take damage. It's just crazy. And this is me not even shooting an enemy. If I'm shooting a behemoth just like ever so slightly, you can see he still can't even kill me. He's just hitting me. And I am a low health bloody build, but he can't seem to kill me. And that's because of the vampires and the Ricochet working together to fill my health mostly. And the fact that I'm shooting him as well here. But still, it's just extremely overpowered combination. Blocker. This is like a must perk in my opinion, unless you're, running around in a power armor. If you're low health, definitely gonna want this. You wouldn't believe what enemies just hit you not using projectiles. Like here's dogs for a great example. Now they take off a lot of damage. I do have blocker on here. You can see I'm getting bit by like 3 dogs. Now I'm getting bit by 1. Look how fast my health is going down. It's almost like a must for low level players, and just like if you're even doing a lot of queen events, you probably want to have this on, is another reason. Bloody Mess, another great perk card. It just gives you more weapon damage. So you can see here I'm doing 79 damage with my weapon. We're going to put on Bloody Mess here. And now we're doing 85 damage. It's more damage. You're probably going to want it. Born Survivor. Now this is a great perk card, especially if you're running around in a power armor. I used to use this all the time. You're just so used to not dying in a power armor. You're pretty much invincible if you got the right build, but sometimes you forget. And this perk card will save you. It used to save me all the time. Highly recommend it. Chemist, another great perk card. If you're going to be crafting chems, it basically allows you to craft twice as much. You can see I can only craft 1 or 2 berry mentats or buff tats here. We're going to go ahead and put Chemist on, and now you can see we can craft 2 of them. So yeah, double the amount of chems if you're crafting them. Great perk card. Class Freak. This is a must if you have mutations, in my opinion. Maybe if you just have a couple of mutations, you might not need it, but you can see the difference that this makes when I take it off. Like, I'm only minus 12 HP with Class Freak on because of adrenal reaction. Now, if I take Class Freak off, that's minus 50 HP. Like, your strength goes from -1 to -3. You're not +3 specially grouped. Like, it's just a must with mutations. Concentrated Fire is a great perk card that will allow you to target limbs, especially the head. So with this, you can target your enemy's head and just do a ton of damage. I can't really play without this when I'm running a VATS build. It's just so overpowered, and when you're low health, you have so much perception, the odds of you hitting them is very good. And not to mention, you can target Scorched Beast's limbs, especially their wing, and if you shoot their wing, they will pretty much land pretty quickly, especially if you have a perk card that will stagger or, I should say, cripple their limb, and then they'll land right away. And this does work with the Queen as well. Covert Operative, another great perk card, especially if you're going to be the sneaky silent build. This goes hand in hand with a fixer. You can see you get extra sneak damage from a bit of a range, and you can see it go off here. So 2.5 extra damage. Again, it's more damage. You may want it. Demo Expert. This is a great perk card to up explosive damage, but keep in mind, it doesn't just affect explosive damage like grenades, like the Nuka Launcher. This is basically the perk card that you use for it. It's not affected by the heavy perk card. You would just want to put Demo on, and it will do tons of damage. Keeping in mind that it also buffs the damage of any explosive effect on any weapon that you may have. Now, just to show the grenade launcher here with Demolition on, like, it's just a lot of fun to use this weapon. Bodies just go flying. It's absolutely hilarious. Just bodies flying everywhere. Field Surgeon. This is almost a must in my opinion, unless maybe if you're full health. Even if you're a full health build, I would suggest using this. If you're a low health, you pretty much need this. You can see I almost died here a couple times, and this saved me because the stim packs work so fast. So if you have good reaction time, then this perk card is definitely for you. It will save your butt more than a couple of times. It saved my butt here twice right there. Fireproof, another great perk card. Now, I wouldn't really recommend Fireproof just for fire attacks. I'm going to explain that in a bit. But what Fireproof is great for is the sonic beams or the booms from the Scorched Beast. You can see they barely damaged me with it on. Now I take it off. I had to stim pack there. If I didn't stim pack, I would have died from that. So it just stops you from dying from Scorched Beast. Like I said, if you're just going against flaming enemy types, then Sizzling Style is probably a little bit better. Like at Moonshine Jamboree, it would be better for the anglers. First Aid gives you more health back for your stim packs. Look how much health I get from hitting this without First Aid. That's a regular stim pack. That's absolutely horrible. Now, if you have First Aid level 3 on, you can see it almost just completely fills your health. Not completely, but close enough, and much better than not having it. Friendly Fire, another great perk card. Now, you can use this perk card to heal friends, but you can also use it to heal NPCs as well, like Beckham, the robots in a silo, the robots at Fast Snack. the people at Radiation Rumble. If you have this on with a flamer, you just need to shoot them or even gun butt them and it will heal them as well. Just to point out too, this does not work with the Enclave Flamer, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Fix It Good, another great perk card. This is like a must-have, not to have on all the time, but if you're fixing your armor, you might want to just throw this on so you can get 200% armor condition rather than 100%. You can see that little bar in the middle appears. That puts its condition at 200%. And this goes great with White Knight as well because it will make it cheaper to repair and it will also make it break slower as well. So another great perk card. Gunsmith is another one like that as well you might want to have on, especially if you're a railway rifle build. This will stop your gun from breaking as fast. Inspirational, another great perk if you want to be leveling up quicker, especially for beginners. You definitely want to have this on. Green Thumb, great perk if you're going to be collecting any kind of flora or, you know, vegetables or just anything really, like even flux it counts for too. Green Thumb, absolutely good perk, and you will probably get to know it once you start crafting stuff. Life Giver gives you an extra 45 points to your maximum health. You know, that definitely won't hurt, especially with the bloody builds. I know it doesn't make sense with the bloody builds, but 20% of more health is more than 20% of lower health, if that makes sense. So yeah, you can see the difference it made there. Marathoner, maybe not so much to like seasoned players, but if you're a beginner, I have my beginner build right here, and you can see I have Marathoner on. And it just makes a heck of a difference, man. It's like a breath of fresh air when you throw this on as a beginner. You feel like you can actually run places. Nerd Rage, probably one of the best perk cards in the game. Tailor-made for low health builds. It's one of the reasons why we can do so much damage at low health. And it definitely protects us a little bit as well. Great perk card. Low health, must have that perk card. Butcher's Bounty, if you're collecting any type of meat, like maybe you're trying to get Broiled Scorched Beast Brain to rank up a little bit quicker, you would definitely want to have this perk card on so you can get the possibility of getting 2. Maybe you just want to craft some burgers, you know, who knows. But definitely you probably want to have this on so you can get more, so you just don't have to go half as many places. Radical, another great perk card for low health builds. It's just extra carry weight. If you're a melee build and you're low health with a vampire weapon, this will definitely make a difference in damage as well, because strength does add damage to melee. Science perk cards. Now, not only do these perk cards help you make different mods on weapons or even craft certain energy weapons, they now do or make your energy weapons do extra damage. Exclude it heavy weapons. This does not work with heavy weapons. Keep that in mind. But you can see here it buffs my damage of my Enclave rifle here, and we're just destroying some enemies with this. It's almost a must with any energy weapon now that's not an LMG. I would like to see these affect energy weapons in the LMG category as well. Scrapper, another amazing perk card. It's almost like a must, especially if you got Fallout first. You're just going to be able to get more stuff back, like especially steel. You can see I was getting like 7 and 5 steel back, and then you can see I put the perk card on it. It's giving me 20 steel and 9 steel. A must if you're going to be collecting junk. Serendipity. Now, I love this perk card, don't get me wrong, but Ricochet is just better overall. I try to squeeze this on my builds under luck, just maybe a 1 I can squeeze on, but the thing is there's just better perk cards under luck. But I love Serendipity, got a lot of love for it, but Ricochet is just better. Stabilized. I wanted to point this one out. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there are perk cards for this type of thing for all weapon categories, but for heavy weapons, the stabilized one is particularly a little bit different because it only works if you're in a power armor. You can see the difference from the first shot to these 2 shots, that it's just a lot more accurate and it's a lot more damaging. You may not notice it in the video, but if you have stabilized on and using a heavy weapon, you will notice the difference. Starch Genes, another must if you have mutations. It'll stop you from getting unwanted mutations, and it'll stop you from losing mutations that you want. So if you're trying to make a proper build with mutations, Starch Genes is 100% a must. Strange in Numbers, another great perk card. It definitely helps with leveling up. It's got a couple of other things, like it helps with food buffs just a little bit. And even like Marsupial, it will help you a bit. Like you can see, I can't make this jump here, and then I'm going to put on Strange in Numbers, and then I will be able to make the jump. But keep in mind that you have to have other players on your team mutated as well. So if it seems like you can't jump as high, or you're not getting the right amount of XP from food buffs or what it may be, it's probably because the people on your team are not mutated. But Strange in Numbers, absolute amazing perk card, especially if you have mutations. Super Duper, a must-have if you're going to be crafting stuff. It doesn't go off all the time, but it's just going to give you more stuff when you craft. Now you can see here I didn't have the greatest luck. I made 5 ribeye steaks here, but I did have Super Duper on when I crafted them, and it did proc. Unfortunately, it was only once, but I still got 6, and that's still better. Maybe not for making this type of food, but if you're crafting berry mentats, you're definitely going to want Super Duper on. Tenderizer, just another one of those perk cards that does extra damage that you're probably gonna want on. Good for any build. Traveling Pharmacy, another great perk card, as you do tend to start collecting a lot of Rataway and Stim Packs that can weigh you down. I just have level 2 on here, and you can see it does make a difference of about 40 carry weight for me, and I just had diluted ones. If I had regulars or super Stim Packs, this would be making even more of a difference. I would say level 1 or 2 is almost a must. Weapon Artisan, another great perk card for repairing your weapons this time, and this will put your weapons at 200% condition. As you can see here, I'm repairing my weapons with it, and we get that middle bar across the middle, which confirms that we have 200% weapon condition now. So obviously something you might want to take advantage of. Good with Salt, another great perk card if you're going to be hanging on to food for a while, especially if you're making like berry mentats again, or just going around, maybe you want to make just regular mentats, and you're going around with a friend and you're taking a long time to collect stuff. Definitely have Good with Salt on, and then it just won't spoil as long. You just don't have to worry about being in a hurry. Okay, everybody, I think that's it. Let me know in the comments if there's any perks that I missed that I should have talked about. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.